what I'm doing today is a bit of trail improvement. So there's a skid in the stream here, just a wood pallet skid. And I just shovel snow on top and make a little snow bridge. So I got 3 more skids for a couple other nasty spots up ahead that I've just been driving through the stream. Not the best for the snowmobile, and the load gets all muddy, so I'm just throwing some more snow on this one. The water just flows underneath through the skid, and then as the buildup happens throughout the winter. It should have been way better than this by now, but like we're January 14th today, but haven't had much snow, not even up here. So just touching up some of these snow bridges, building 2 more. One needs 2 skids, and one will just have a single skid like this one. And yeah, so we're just gonna keep at trail improvement. I got a bunch of firewood too. It's all going into the camp, and I'm gonna work on the woodshed today. Got a few days off work here, so make some progress up here. This is another one of those sketchy spots. So we got a beaver dam up there, and it's flowing pretty good, and another beaver dam here. So I've been running across the smaller beaver dam, but every time I go by, I gotta shovel the snow and make it square so that the toboggan is sled right over it and keep packing the banks. And so I just filled in this spot and rebuilt this bank here. And a couple divots on that side, but I got to get some snow here in the middle where the skis keep dipping down. I'll bring that little divot up there, and I'll keep building this edge here up square. Put some snow in by that tree where the ski keeps dropping off. But it'd be a lot better if we had fresh stuff. Every time I go by, I just improve it a little bit. But trying to get this in pretty decent shape for getting the stove in here. So that's what today's all about. So I've been on this dam for about half an hour now, shoveled a ton of snow. But these 2 spots here right in the middle of the dam, they've been brutal trying to fill in with snow. It keeps just falling down in the river. So what I did was took this and these spruce boughs, layered them all in there, and then I'm going to cover them with snow and keep building that up. So we're just gonna pack up now, head across it. So I got this off ramp built up, squared up a little bit more. A few of these dips where the skis were falling in. Still need to do this one here. Hopefully we'll get some more snow. Piled a whole bunch of spruce boughs across there, and then put the snow on top, packed her down. That heavy load will come across that, packed her right in. And I just got her squared up along here a little bit better. So it's in pretty good shape. When I go in and out every time, I improve it a little bit more each time. But I'm running out of close snow. It's all shoveled clear. But it's getting better and better every time. It was pretty sketchy originally. So this is the first place that's going to get a single skid, and then I'll cover it all up with snow. But as I've been going along, I've been filling in divots like this. I know it's hard to see in the white on white, but it's down about 2 feet, a little divot there. So the more I smooth it out as I go, the better it is for every load I drag in, because they've been getting heavier and heavier. But it's going good. A lot of shoveling so far. this is another spot. It's a little wider, a little deeper, a little rockier, so I brought 2 skids for it. If you follow this stream all the way up, there's a pretty good sized swamp up there, or pond I should say. It looked fairly deep when Connor and I walked in. It's we're pretty close to the lowest altitude on my property. The swamp's just down there, maybe 50, 60 yards. For Ontario, I have about a 500-foot elevation gain on the property, which is pretty impressive for Ontario. So, lots of hills, something that I'm not used to. I'm used to relatively flat land. But, so we'll get this one, our snow bridge built across it, and then there's a pretty good size hole over there that I'm going to have to shovel a ton of snow in. Could probably actually use a skid, but I only brought 3. But we'll get at this, and we're not far from the cabin. Work on the woodshed today, and I brought half a load of wood, and then we'll be back in tomorrow again. And keep hauling in material, and hopefully early next week I'll get that wood stove in once I get it cleaned up a little bit more. But we'll get at her here. Well, we made her. Some firewood, some tools. Well, I'm just gonna get a little fire going to warm up. Try out some gloves, maybe my pant legs a little, and warm up the sandwich I brought. Paper. Hand planer is useful. Just got the headlamp on in here, but it's pretty simple. Just catches the door jamb. You just got to get this rope jammed tight against it and put a finish nail in it, and that just prevents it from sliding back and forth. Just tying a Canadian jam knot, so I got that rope on the inside, and I just pounded a set screw into it so it couldn't spin and couldn't move, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm just creating a bead around there to block draft and light. So this hole has shrunk since I've drilled it. It was a snug fit, so that's why on the inside the metal handle part had actually gone in through the door. But we'll see how this works. Of course, I forgot to get the nail out of the cabin. So I'll be right back. Get that. There you go, I'll trim the excess. There, I can't push in, can't pull out. And it blocks the light around there, so that's essentially door handle. Oh yeah, she melted. Got cheese bun. Ooh, she's warm on the bottom. Cheese bun, ham, cheese, and onion. Oh, she's hot. We'll let that cool up for a second and have a maple cookie. I'm digging the outside wood stove. Burns a lot less wood than a open firewood, and it holds the heat, especially this whole pipe. Very warm to stand right here. It's not that cold out today. I think it was +2 driving in, but then I worked up a sweat improving that trail. Chilled right off, so fire's feeling pretty nice right now. I'm all wet too. The old Tough Duck's been around for a few years and seen better days. But try another bite of this sandwich here. It's a good Sammy. Finish this up and then I'll unload that wood and then slowly start. I'll probably try to get that door on the woodshed. Running out of daylight already. If that goes fairly smooth, maybe I'll get some 1-inch boards on the gable ends. But I'll be back in again tomorrow and probably Saturday, so which is the day after. But we'll finish up this late lunch and get back at her. Gonna have to take a few loads out. She's just a little bit too heavy to pull up that hill. That didn't work. So I got some fresh 2x4s just to give me a flat surface to work with. Then I'm gonna run some of this 2x material straight up into the gable so I have something to flat to screw the 1-inch boards to. So I've just been nailing these suckers in. She's all hand saws and hammers to date. Well, we got the door on. Too bad all this junk is frozen in the way. That was the old one from the cabin. Fixed it up a little bit. I'll put a 1-inch board over the hole here tomorrow. Then I'm gonna work at filling in this gable end. So we got her hung. Got the lock on it. Be some overflow storage. We'll just keep it locked up in here. But I'll be able to use most of these 1-inch boards that are stacked in here. And then I also brought some up today. So we'll come back. We're losing daylight. I probably only have maybe 40 minutes. And she'll be black. So I'm gonna start packing up here, and I'll be back in tomorrow. But we made progress. Let's see. The old bent nail. That'll keep her shut, but that'll keep a lot of the snow out. But we got 3/4 of a row tight against this wall of wood in there now. I'll probably move the rest of the birch that's on the back side of the cabin tomorrow as well. Get it all inside. Get a nice split block up here. And every time I come in, I'll keep trucking in a little bit more firewood just to get through the rest of this winter, because I'll start, when I start staying overnight, I'll be burning a lot more wood. So I got that seasoned stuff at the house that I've been bringing up. And I'll be getting the rest of the wood for up here off the property for next winter. Anyway, I'm out of here.